Hello and welcome to the Restricted Area Podcast, where we break down this week in NBA action. As a reminder, you can hear this podcast a day before it can be seen on YouTube by checking out Apple Podcasts, Amazon, and Spotify. To get you started, I'm your host, Alex Perez, joined by producer Colton Smith and co host Ben Miller. How we doing, fellas?
Doing pretty
Yeah, I'm doing good.
good. College
Oh,
basketball is back, and just been a solid weekend.
yep, yeah. I'm definitely excited that college basketball is officially back, and I got to watch a little bit of that over the weekend. Of course, watch my Wildcats, tuned into the North a little bit, and yeah, just glad that college basketball is back. Cannot wait to see what the season has in store, and pulling for my Wildcats, of course. But overall, it's a good weekend. Alex, what about yourself?
Yeah, I've been loving the Wildcats. Looking forward to the Battle of the Bluegrass on Tuesday. As you said, the Norse have been exciting. I gave Louisville a scare in women's basketball, so that was fun to watch.
Hmm.
Uh, Louisville ultimately came out on top, but hey, for a mid-major, that's a pretty good effort they put on the road. So
Yeah,
shout out
definitely.
to them. Uh,
Fourth quarter was a difference.
but yeah, not too much going on for me. Watching some great NBA basketball. I'm surprised it's been so great this early in the season, but it has been fantastic. So let's go ahead and get into it. The NBA continues to surprise us, and this week was no different. So, what stood out to you all? Colton, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, first thing, I'm starting with the negative. I got the Mavs 3-7 on the year. Really could have been 2-8. They about lost to the Wizards. Was the last time I checked in on them. They lost four straight before that win against the Wizards until they beat the Wizards, and they dropped games to the Pistons, Rockets. Okay, that's valid. Then lost to the Pelicans and the Grizzlies. Not quite as valid. They boast the second worst offensive rating in the NBA, and they have the least points per game in the NBA. They actually do have the fourth best defensive rating in the NBA, but you got to put points on the board. You got to have an offense, believe it or not, Mr. Nico Harrison. So, Anthony Davis in his prime could probably carry this team to above 500 at this point. However, he's not in his prime anymore, especially on the offensive end. And then where do you go after that? PJ Washington's the second leading scorer. Great Hooper. Don't get me wrong. He is a great player. I'm not trying to hate on him. However, Cooper Flag is getting better. The improvement is there, but I think this is a more of a longer term project than maybe people expected. You cannot rely him night to night quite yet. You know, he might have a quarter where he drops 8 and then have 2 quarters where he drops 0. So not quite all there yet on Cooper Flag, which is kind of what I expected here in year one. So basically, they got to hope that Dante Exum comes back and becomes the player that he was supposed to be drafted as. Don't worry, that's not going to happen. Or they can tread water long enough for Kyrie to come back off his ACL tear at the age of 34. Hopefully he does. But I mean, I've been around basketball a while. I've seen a couple ACL tears in my day. Doesn't typically end well, right? So, in reality, their defense is so good to the point that if they can just find something on offense, they will start winning games. They don't have to be a top 10 offense. I mean, that's pretty much the requirement to be a championship team, but I hope people didn't think they were a championship team quite yet. Um, However, if they can just find some wrinkle in the offense that they can get Cooper Flag more buckets, that maybe there's a player like Hardy or thinking Brandon Williams off the bench who can get more scoring. I think Brandon Williams could actually be pretty sneaky. I think Hardy could be a sneaky player, but they need more opportunities. So if they can find a way to get some more production out of them and their bench, I think that's fine. But the worst offense or the least scoring offense in the NBA, and really their only second worst offensive rating, I think, to the Pelicans or the Pacers, one of the two. Don't get me started on that team. I might just ignore them all season long. But yeah, that's my assessment on the Mavs, which has been an ugly year. But shout out to Max Christie, getting buckets. I mean, he's shooting lights out. 46%, I think, was what I read.
That guy's a shooter.
If he keeps that up, I mean, that's finally looking like an NBA player. He hasn't looked like that since he joined the NBA to me. But yeah,
Yeah.
Mavs. What do y'all think about the Mavs?
Thank you, Nico Harrison. I'm never going to miss a chance to say that. What a great guy. What a great manager of the team. I respect every decision he's made so far. But
Oh,
yeah, I
fair.
think people just expected Cooper Flag to come in and save the team and kind of help it to tread water. Obviously, he's talented enough to make a difference and be the number one person on this team, but he can't do it by himself. And there's not much, as we as you talked about, offensive help around him. So it might be ugly for a while, which, to be fair, may not be the worst situation with the draft that is coming up. But the Mavs are looking pretty bad, and the West is
Yep.
not the place to be bad.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the Mavericks do to try to turn that offense around. And I mean, Cooper Flag, he's definitely a good player, but he definitely needs some more offensive weapons around him to contribute on the court. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens down the road for sure. But one thing that stood out to me, I'm going to talk about the Detroit Pistons for a little bit. Obviously, they're 8-2 on the year, first in the East. They're on a 6-game winning streak as of right now. And Cade Cunningham, he is playing like an MVP. I mean, he's always a threat to score when he is on the floor. He's averaging 29 points in the last 5 games, 9.8 assists. 9.8 assists per game during that span, as well as having 18 assists against the Mavericks. And also, just talk a little defense, Jalen Duren, being a double-double machine, picking up where he left off from last season with 6 on the year, during 5 during the winning streak. He had 22 points and 22 boards against the Jazz. And I mean, just Detroit, the Pistons, during the winning streak, they had a net rating of 4th behind OKC, Denver, and Minnesota. They're 5th in offensive ranking, 4th in defensive rating. They are not turning the ball over. They are getting to the free throw line, and they are not allowing their opponents to get easy buckets. So, yeah, I feel like as of right now, from what I'm seeing in Detroit, I feel like this is going to be a well-balanced team. Like I said, Cade Cunningham, he is playing like an MVP right now, always a threat to score when he is on the court. And, yeah, I just feel like they're definitely a threat in the East right now, and they're going to be one of my teams to keep an eye on, because I know we're still early in the season, but it would not be surprising to see if they can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and who knows, maybe to the finals. But yeah, I'm definitely liking this team right now for sure.
Golden.
Yeah, I agree. I was pretty high on this Pistons team myself, not because I wanted them to be good, but because I think Cade Cunningham is an eventual MVP in the NBA, and I think he's taking just yet another step on the ladder in his career this season. And what better time to do it than with how weak the East is? I mean, what are they? They're the number 1 seed right now, so just keep this pace up, and we could be looking at a 50 to 60 win Pistons team. And it was, what a quick turnaround. I mean, shout out to JB Bickerstaff. He was a big part in all of that, and some of the moves they've made, some of the improvement all around has contributed to that. So shout out the Pistons. I'll never say the city they're in, because I'm not a huge fan of that city, or really the Pistons, because they took away our other chance at a championship in Indiana. I mean, sorry, what team? We also did that ourselves. Ron Artest did that. It's not solely on Detroit. It just happened. It's just an unfortunate accident in Detroit. Is one way to talk about that incident. But yeah. Did you want to talk about the Pistons, Alex, or
I was just going to say, let's give Ben Miller his flowers for saying Cade might be the MVP this year, because
it's not getting talked about enough.
Might not be too far off, honestly. I did not expect the Pistons to be anywhere close to number 1, even in the first month, honestly. But shout out to them for being strong. I think they'll keep it up. As you mentioned, it's a weak East, so we honestly should have seen this coming. Maybe I was a little behind the boat, but yeah, they're proving that they are a legit team. Colton, what else do you have?
And there's something to be said about the continuity of that team, with the Cavs, not a lot of movement there, but the Knicks, there was definitely some movement, especially in the head coaching position. And that is probably going to work out in the long run, but it's contributing to the slow start that we've seen in New York. The Cavs, they got Lonzo Ball in there. They got rid of Ty Jerome. So they're like, that's very minor. And they look like they're back on the right track. There was a couple of games where they kind of stalled out a bit, but the Pistons, this is pretty well the same team other than Malik Beasley. We know what happened there. but pretty well looking the same, plugging and playing. So I'm curious to see where it goes. But the other point I wanted to talk about was the Denver Nuggets. I saved the Lakers for you, Alex. I know I would have talked about the Lakers, but I figured we'd have plenty of time for that. But 7-2 to this point, the Nuggets are. Cam Johnson hasn't even really done anything special yet. Just kind of still finding his role, his niche in that offense, I feel. But am I harsh to say that the offense looks better simply with the subtraction of Michael Porter Jr.? I mean, statistically, it doesn't necessarily look like that, but I just feel like the game I watched was against the Warriors. It just seemed to flow so much better. Just MPJ, shooter's going to shoot, but he doesn't really provide anything else. And not to mention, defensively, they are incredibly improved. 22nd in the league last year. They're up to, why did I not write it down? I believe they were top 5. I know they were top 5 in defensive rating in the NBA. That's a massive improvement. That was their biggest weakness. If they had this defense against the Thunder, they probably win that series. They are looking like a juggernaut. Jamal Murray is coming out hooping. I mean, he's usually one that has his stretches. So maybe he's just having a good stretch at the start of the year and then he'll disappear and come back at the end. But I don't know. To this point, I don't know that. So he's hooping. Aaron Gordon is hooping. Look, I mean, I kind of knew this the whole time, but he really was the third option with MPJ there, in my opinion. Just his ability to score more than just pull-ups, and the hustling and all of that. So I'm curious to see what Cam Johnson can do when he seems fully comfortable. The game I watched, he didn't look very comfortable. He's only averaging 8 points a game. We know he can do better than that, but he doesn't necessarily have to do better than that. And that's what makes this Nuggets team so dangerous, because if Cam Johnson feels comfortable that when he is hot, he can drop a 25 piece, 30 piece, what he averaged 20 points last year. He has that in his bag, just like Mikal Bridges on the Knicks. So Jokic doesn't really have off games, but if Murray's having an off game and, Gordon's just really doing the hustle, Cam Johnson comes out of nowhere and drops a 25 piece. So, not to mention their bench is incredibly strong. I didn't get much of the bench minutes. I didn't write much notes about that. I should have written more, but I mean, Bruce Brown's doing his thing and Tim Hardaway's getting buckets. He has a cold stretch too, but hopefully that means by the end of the season he'll be back hot again. But yeah, this team's looking awesome. This team is looking just like I expected them to look, and separating themselves with the Thunder as some of the best teams in the West.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. The flow is the main thing that's changed with this team. Michael Porter Jr. Is just a ball stopper. It is what it is. When the ball comes to him, it's not going anywhere else. It's going towards the rim. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's showing this year. The offense looks much improved, which is crazy to say, especially with Joker being on all these teams. A team that even looks improved with him is pretty crazy to think about. I still think they make the finals, as maybe we all predicted before the season. But anyways,
I think I said that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that happen. But they look really good. Ben, any thoughts on them?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely no surprise that the Denver Nuggets are one of the top teams, not only in the West, but in the NBA. But yeah, I feel like that offense, as of right now, from what I'm seeing, that they're flowing really well. I mean, Aaron Gordon, he's definitely fun to watch. Jamal Murray, he's been coming on hot. But it'll be interesting to see how Cam Thomas, excuse me, will try to find his rhythm a little bit, because, like you mentioned, Colton, not really off to the best start in Denver, but it'll be interesting to see how he'll try to fit in with that offense and try to catch his rhythm a little bit. But yeah, I'm definitely impressed with how improved this defense looks. They were not really the best from last year, and they're top 3. But yeah, I think overall, though, this is a well-balanced team, and they're a great basketball team to watch. And yeah, it's going to be fun to see what they can do for the rest of the season. But yeah, I'm definitely liking Denver right now.
Absolutely. Most of my storylines have to do with role players this week. I won't lie to you, fellas. The first one I wanted to mention, Harrison Barnes. Struggled in his first 3 games, but it's been lights out since. In the month of November, he's averaging 17 points per game, 68% from the floor, 62% from 3. It's clear he was kind of wasting away at all his other stops except maybe Golden State, of course. But the Spurs seem like the perfect fit, and I just love to see how he's thriving in that offense. Any thoughts?
Yeah.
Um,
Just to be clear, you said Harrison Barnes, right? There was some
Yeah,
lag.
yeah,
Okay. All right. Just wanted to be clear. I've always thought Harrison Barnes is an incredibly talented player. Maybe not incredibly, but I've always thought he's a great role player. I've thought he's better than maybe he gets a little credit for. It's an interesting. It's one of those careers you kind of look at and you're like, man, this guy's still hooping, right? Like this guy. I remember him majority at Golden State and North Carolina, of course, but through and through, this guy just is a hooper. He's still hooping, getting buckets, and who knows if he sticks around the Spurs long enough, he might be there long enough to get yet another championship. So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
Ben.
yeah. It's yeah. I definitely like Harrison Barnes as a player. I mean, just going back to his UNC days, he was definitely a unique player, and watch a little bit of him from watch a little bit of his highlights, I should say, from Golden State. But yeah, I think overall though, if he continues to uh, continues to play, I feel like that he can contribute really well with the San Antonio Spurs, and yeah, I definitely feel like he's gonna be a beneficial role for beneficial player, I should say, in that squad. But yeah, it's definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, my second one, fellas, Jeremy Grant. If the Blazers would have just told me that they were going to play him off the bench, he would have been my easy six man of the year. Um, Somebody who is being paid $30 million. Don't know why Jeremy Grant's coming off the bench, but I guess they know better than me because he's looking fantastic in his six-man role. But he is uh, proving that he could be a starter and a good one. He's averaging 20 points per game in 28 minutes, pretty efficient, while shooting 51% overall and 42% from deep. He deserves his flowers because he's a big reason that the Blazers are tough out each and every night. So shout out to him. And the other one I just wanted to quickly mention is Reed Shepard. He's finally proving to be the most improved player I was hoping he would be. Obviously struggled again to start the season under some immense expectations from the after the Fred Van Vliet injury. But he has shined as of late. In November, he's averaging 11 points a game, 57% overall, and 55% from deep, while registering a steal per game as well. So he's doing it on both ends. So shout out to both those guys. May not be the star player on each team, but surely playing their role.
All right. I'll be
Absolutely.
honest, Alex. I missed most of what you said there as my headset died as soon as you guys started coming back normally. I don't know what the podcast gods got against me today. Maybe it's because I
Uh,
was disrespecting that Taylor Swift fan. I don't know.
I was just
Uh,
saying Jeremy Grant and Reed Shepard are playing well. That's all I
I
was
caught
saying.
Reed Shepard.
Yeah,
Yeah. I caught
And
that. All right.
why are the Blazers pulling Jeremy Grant off the bench when he's being paid 32 million? But I don't know.
Hey, it's working.
Maybe they have a better plan than me.
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess that's why they're in the job, huh?
yeah.
All right, Ben.
But
Did you have anything else?
yeah, just to talk about Reed Shepard real quick. I mean, you said it well, Alex. I mean, he's playing really well on both ends of the floor. I mean, no surprise there. I mean, that was his role when he was at Kentucky. As I was obviously, you know me, I'm a Kentucky fan. I was definitely a big fan of Reed Shepard, and I was definitely interested to see how he'll what he'll do from his time at Kentucky to see what he can do in the league. And he's definitely improved for sure. I mean, he's putting points on the board. He's contributed well with the defense, getting steals, and yeah, I feel like it's only going to get better as the season progresses, and he's going to fit in really well with the Rockets offense. So yeah, really looking forward to see what Shepard can do for sure.
Absolutely. Well, uh, we talk about the stars a lot, so I felt like it was only right to give the role players their flowers every now and again. But if we have nothing else, we'll go ahead and move on to our NBA power rankings, where we list our top five teams after this week. Ben, you want to go first?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. So starting off at number 5, I got the Detroit Pistons. Like I said earlier, they're 8-2. They're first place in the East. They're currently on a 6-game winning streak, and this defense is one of the best in the NBA this season. I believe they are third, especially in the paint, holding opponents to 50% shooting. And Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart, they both rank third and fourth in rim protection. And Cade Cunningham, he's playing like a MVP right now, putting points on the board. And he's definitely making some big plays down the stretch, having the ability to create for his teammates, averaging 29 points per game in the last 5 games during that winning streak, like I mentioned earlier. And yeah, like Detroit, they're definitely a strong team right now. And I'm liking what I see on the offense and on the defense and the way that they take care of the basketball as they're not causing any turnovers. So, yeah, I got the Pistons at number 5. And did you want me to go down the list? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Or
just
are we
go
just
5-1, and we'll
5 to
go
1?
around. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And number 4, I got the Cavs, currently on a 4-game winning streak. Donovan Mitchell has been the catalyst in this offense, averaging 30.7 points per game on 53.4 shooting. And when he's on the floor, Cleveland is destroying teams. Now Garland is back, and it takes some pressure off Donovan Mitchell as Garland, he started out cold a little bit, but I feel like as time progresses, he's going to find his rhythm, and he will contribute to the offense really well, like we saw last year between these two guys. They're a really good duo, and I expect it to be the same. And then coming in at number 3, I got the Rockets. I mean, this offense has been really fun to watch. As they're number 1 in the league, number 1 in three-point shooting, and Kevin Durant is doing what he does best with his ability to score the basketball. And Thompson has balled out, and Sun Gun has balled out as well. And like we talked about earlier, Reed Shepard is even showing flashes at both ends of the floor. So, yeah, I definitely like what I'm seeing from the Rockets offensively. And then number 2, I got the Nuggets, 7-2 record, one of 2 teams to have a top offense and defense in the league. And they have 7 wins by averaging 18.1 points per game, and Jokic is averaging a triple-double while shooting 64%. No surprise there. But, yeah, third best offense in the NBA, and I think they're going to get better once Cam Johnson catches his rhythm a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see. And then topping off my power rankings, guys, I got the OKC Thunder. They blew a 22-point lead last week versus Portland, playing without Holmgren, Dort, Caruso, and Williams. But outside of that, this defense continues to be the best in the league. They held their opponents to 50% shooting in the last 9 games. SGA is putting up 30-point games. He put up another 30-point game against the Grizzlies. 7 games in a row he has scored at least 30 points, looking like the team that is going to come out of the West. And SGA, he's playing at an MVP level right now. I mean, no surprise here, looking like he's going to win MVP 2 years in a row. So yeah, that tops off my power rankings this week.
Colton?
Well, I actually have Detroit at my number 5 as well. They're the one Eastern Conference team on my power rankings for this week. Cleveland gets an honorable mention for me. I tossed and turned about those two, but I mean, Ben pretty well said it. They are hot, 6 wins in a row, looking really good defensively, and Cade Cunningham is looking like an MVP candidate. Enough said there. The Spurs fall. I think they were number 2 on my list last week. They fall to number 4, dropped a game to the Lakers. That's the only game they've lost since then. But I think they still are right up there. They have what I think to be somebody we should start having conversations about as the best player in the world. As much as Logan doesn't want to field those conversations, I think they're becoming a thing. I think overall in the team around him it's just the Wemby effect, right? The team is better because he is on the floor. We saw it with Steph Curry. We see it with Nikola Jokic. Sure, they'd be fine players elsewhere without Wemby, but they are better. Harrison Barnes being one of them because of the attention that Wemby deserves and has earned. It lets them go under the radar. So give me the Spurs at number 4. Denver, I said all I need to say about them earlier. I got them at number 3. I think they probably could be at number 2, but I think the Lakers have been on a hotter streak. I got them at number 2. I thought we'd talk a little bit more, so I didn't really prepare much for the Lakers, but just winning that game against the Spurs, a game that Alex, the Lakers man himself, didn't or picked against. I think he maybe did it as a little reverse psychology over there, but it worked, that's for sure. And Luka Doncic is also getting an MVP talks. I think he's my pick for MVP right now. maybe it's a little what's the word, fatigue with SGA, but I think right now he is absolutely carrying that team, and just like Wemby, that team around him is better because he is on the floor. So give me the Lakers at number 2, and I won't go into too much detail. OKC, reigning champs, only lost one game to the Blazers, and the Blazers is a better loss than you would think nowadays. So yeah, OKC up top.
It's almost like the Blazers have something to prove, but we can have that conversation on another
Is
day.
Thiago Splitter still the head coach or interim?
I think so. Yeah,
That was so crazy to me. I love it. That's so crazy to me.
he's showing he might be coach of the year one day. But anyways, um, we didn't have this conversation because I don't want to have the conversation. The Lakers do not, spoiler alert, do not make my top 5 this week. Um, you can't have somebody who's averaging a 40-point triple double and should be the front runner for MVP, uh, be healthy and playing, and then lose to a team by 30 without Trey Young and Kristaps Porzingis. Just inexcusable. Don't care if Austin Reeves isn't there. Don't care if LeBron's not there. You're basically the prohibitive favorite for MVP right now, and you're making the guys around you better. You got to do it consistently, and it just was not there in a game that that should have been an easy win. Anyways, now my gripings out of the way. Number 5, I got Denver, 7-2, haven't lost since October 23rd. Pretty good stretch they're on right now. Number 4, I got the Spurs. You think they were going down? Dylan Harper is out for what, a month now, and nope, they get De'Aaron Fox back, so they're a-okay still, and they still have that man in the middle who's pretty good. 7-2, and their only losses are to the Lakers, uh, who are sometimes a good team, and the Suns. Wemby somehow only had 9 points in that game. I guess Mark Williams may be the Wemby stopper, but maybe let's have that conversation another day. The Cavs are at my number 3, 7-3, seventh in points per game and assists, as well as fourth in steals and first in 3-pointers made. Any game you have with them is going to be a track meet, and they're going to be able to put up a lot of points on the board. And that's the name of the game in today's NBA. Yes, the defense is a lot better than what old heads might want to give credit for, but the offense still reigns supreme in today's NBA. And that's why the Cavs will probably remain pretty high on the power rankings throughout the season. Number 2, I actually have the Pistons. You all didn't have them as high. I want to give them their respect, at least how they're playing right now. 7-2. Again, shout out Ben. He might be right about that MVP pick. Fifth in net rankings, and then first in the paint points. You mentioned the impact they have on the defensive end in the paint bin, but they're also doing it on the other end, which is just as important. Take some of that load off Cade Cunningham. He hasn't really ever had those pieces around him, so it's good to see him finally be able to have a lighter offensive load uh, this season. And then number 1, it's OKC. Yay, they finally lost. Cool. They're first in net and defensive ranking and defensive rating, second in steals per game, fourth in points per game, and first in free throw percentage. But anyways, neither here nor there. They're the best until they're proven otherwise.
I just found an absolute NBA League Pass gem I'll be tuning into tonight: the Spurs and the Bulls.
Oh yeah, I am getting off this podcast expeditiously to make sure that I am tuned into that one. Lakers also play the Hornets tonight. You all tune into that one. Gonna be fun. Gonna be a lot
They're
of
playing right
fun.
now. They're up by 1.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they should be up by a billion, but they're up by 1. Okay, now it's time for the NBA Pick'em, where we pick our winners of the biggest
Hornets.
games of the week
I
in
pick
the
Hornets.
NBA. I've been trying to pick nationally televised games for the viewers so they can tune into these games that we pick as well. But this one was too good to pass up on. So Wednesday, 7 p.m. on League Pass. Sorry if you don't have it. Bulls at the Pistons. Colton, who you got?
Mm.
I have been I mean, I'm wearing red right now. I didn't even think about that. I have been unironically a Bulls fan this year. Like, as a Pacers fan, this is weird, but like, sorry, I can't watch you on League Pass, so I guess I'm not following you too much this year. It's not like I watched most of last season on Stream East. May it rest in peace. But I've had so much fun watching the Bulls. I have watched like 4 games in a row. I didn't get too much of that last game against the Cavs because I tuned out and they were up by 20. They ended up blowing it, but young teams, that'll happen. Getting to my pick, though, they are going to play the Spurs. If they magically beat the Spurs, or if they lose, regardless, they're going to be beat. They have to play against Wemby. They are going to be tired. Back half of a doubleheader. I don't think the Pistons play tonight. I need to confirm that. Regardless, I think the Pistons are playing better, more experienced basketball than the Bulls. This is more they've been in the playoffs. They've given the Knicks a fight. So I think this is a team that's going to keep running and get the win. Give me the Pistons over the Bulls, but I'm sure the Bulls will make it interesting somehow because that's just what they do.
Ben?
Yeah, I think overall this is going to be a fantastic matchup. I mean, these are the top 2 teams in the East as of right now, and both are playing great basketball. But I think I'm going to lean towards Detroit here. I mean, I know we talked about it. Detroit, they're playing their best basketball right now. Cade Cunningham, he's playing like an MVP, and I feel like that defense is going to show up and make a play late. So I'm going to go with Detroit over the Bulls.
Yeah, listen, I will not let my Tobias Harris hate and slander affect my pick. Give me the Pistons. Offenses that are relying on stars, but I don't want Vooch defending the best paint scoring team in the league. Sorry, I think the Pistons win this one. I
Vooch
think
having to
it'll
go
still be.
back to back,
I think
Wimby, and
it'll still
then
be close, but
Pistons.
that's tough. That's tough on Vooch. Maybe some load management coming his way.
Yeah, no kidding.
But the other one I have was the nationally televised game, Wednesday, 7 p.m. on ESPN. We have the Magic at the Knicks. Ben, who do you got?
I think I'm going to go Nick. I think I'm going to go. Excuse me. I'm going to go Knicks on this one. I just feel like that offense. I think that they're going to show up, and yeah, I think that's going to be the difference. So give me the Knicks, and I'm just not really liking what I'm seeing from the Magic as of right now. I mean, obviously they're not off to the best start, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the New York Knicks.
Colton?
Magic are currently up 33-29 in their game against the Blazers right now. I don't know about this Magic team. I watched their game against the Heat, and I really haven't tuned into them since. I had a pretty good feeling about them after that game, and then I kind of watched. I've just kind of been box score watching since, and I haven't really gotten a read on them. Kind of the same thing with the Knicks. I haven't really tuned in too many Knicks games, so I don't really have much of a compass on these two. I'm gonna go with the team with the better talent. I'm gonna go with the team with the better, um, you know, history. They've been around for a while longer. So give me the Knicks on this one, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Magic pull this out of their ass. So could go either way. That's the beauty of NBA regular season.
Yeah, I think the Knicks are everything the Magic want to be and haven't quite got there yet. The Knicks are fully healthy as well. They haven't been for just but a couple games now, so I'm sure that chemistry will start to come right back. And key player for the Magic, Desmond Bain, is playing like he is injured, but he's not. So that's not good signs for them and the hope they had for this season. Hopefully he turns it around, but I don't see it happening against defensive juggernaut like the Knicks. Give me the Knicks in this one. I think they show who the real contenders are compared to the Magic, who I see as pretenders as of right now. So couldn't save the graphic on either of those. Sorry, boys.
All good.
But we will move on to our shooting star where we pick our baller of the week. Colton, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm watching my baller of the week play basketball right now. Denny Advia. He has been a
Hey.
staple on my team, my fantasy team, for the past 3 to 4 years. Whenever he came in, I think his rookie year I even picked him up. Just a guy who gets stats. But he's at an all-star level right now. Denny Advia all-star season might be upon us. 25.3 points per game, 4.9 assists per game, 7.0 rebounds per game. And I know we can get the assist per game up. So, and we could be talking about I don't know if we'll get near a triple double. We could be talking about like a 25, 7-7 player here, and leading the Pistons I knew he was a good player. I knew he was a very talented player. I didn't necessarily foresee this coming. And of course, the 1 year I don't partake in fantasy basketball is the year he goes off, because you damn well know I would have had him on my fantasy team if that was the case. But I mean, the Blazers are one I need a lot. I've got this game pulled up here. I'll probably go watch it after this. I need to watch a little bit more, because I do the little bits I have seen I've really liked and enjoyed. They're a fun young team that plays really well on the defensive end, but I think Artie is probably a better scoring team than the Magic in some sense. So, uh, yeah, Denny Advia, that's my baller of the week. Might be baller of the year. We'll see.
Yeah,
Ben.
definitely. For myself, I mean, no surprise here, fellas, but my baller of the week is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I feel like he's playing at an MVP level right now, and I mean, obviously, no surprise. I mean, he dropped 35 against the Portland Trailblazers, and with that, he now has 7 consecutive games with scoring at least 30 points, like I mentioned earlier. And but yeah, he's definitely playing some good basketball right now, and it's looking like he's going to repeat as MVP. Who knows? But obviously, it's too early. But as of right now, I definitely like his chances for MVP. And yeah, I got SGA.
Yeah, my pick might be a little biased since it's such a small sample size, but mine is De'Aaron Fox. Finally able to make his season debut for this Spurs team. I was very excited to see how it came about, and he showed no signs of rust. 24 points in the win. It was against the Pelicans, who are decimated to say the least, and
Great place to start your season, that's for sure.
looking bad when they were healthy, if we're being honest. So, shout out to De'Aaron Fox doing what he's supposed to do, unlike some other players and teams against bad teams. But yeah, De'Aaron Fox, my shooting star of the week. So that will do it for this episode of the Restricted Area Podcast. Thanks to Ben and Colton for being on the show. Follow the show's YouTube at CX Restricted Area. Follow the CX crew on all socials at CX Pod Network. You can follow me on Twitter at The Will Deal and Colton at Colt_45. Ben, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Ben Miller PXP.
Awesome. So thanks to everyone for listening and or watching. And until next week, be smooth.